Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Mike with Soundstage EDU, and this is not a scheduled episode. We're going to call this one an emergency episode. And honestly, it's one of those episodes that I can't believe I actually have to sit down and record, but we're going to do that anyway, because as I'm recording this, much of the country is under extreme heat. It hasn't really quite hit yet, but it's making its way across the country right now. Even where I'm at in the Kansas City metro, it's currently 86 degrees, but the feel-like temperature is over 100. And it's pretty nasty. And given the time of year we're at right now, it's June 29th. It's the week of the Independence Day celebrations and holiday. There are marching bands all over the country getting ready for 4th of July parades. Some may happen the day before, some may happen the day of. It's just hard to say how it's going to actually shake out depending on where you're at. But bottom line is, there's a lot of bands getting ready for these parades that we do every year. And then on top of that, you got the beginning of some summer rehearsals. You got band camp right around the corner for a lot of people. And every single year, this is not an exaggeration. This is not me making things up. But someone ends up in the emergency room every single year. Sometimes several students. Sometimes it's a staff member. Sometimes the situation is even worse than that. And the heartbreaking part about this to me and the people that I work with and we discuss these types of things is that most heat illnesses are preventable when they're recognized early and treated appropriately. So today, I want to talk about something more important than the music. Something that's more important than the drill. It's more important than the trophies. It's more important than your marching fundamentals and your posture. I want to talk about the people. Because there is no performance worth risking someone's life. And I know that seems a little extreme for me to say something like that, but it's true. No performance is worth risking somebody's life or well-being. Oh, but Mike, they're young. They'll be fine. I've heard that sentence my entire career. I've even said it myself when I was that age. But they're teenagers, they're athletes, they're tough. Yes. Yes, they are. Until they aren't. Do you think the heat is really concerned with how tough you are? And the heat doesn't care how talented you are. It doesn't care how experienced you are. It doesn't care if you're the drum major or the first chair trumpet or the director. Friends, your body has limits. Period. Even those of you that are well prepared, your body has limits. And when those limits are exceeded, things can go downhill frighteningly fast. Exertional heat stroke is recognized as the leading preventable cause of death in high school sports and activity settings. That fact right there should stop every single one of us in our tracks. Let me say that again. Exertional heat stroke is recognized as the leading preventable cause of death in high school sports and activity settings. And listen, marching band is an athletic activity. And I understand sometimes people still think, oh, it's just band. No, it's not just band. Research has shown that marching band members can reach core body temperatures similar to collegiate and professional football players. Most of them are carrying equipment, heavy equipment. And in a parade, they're marching on asphalt. It's much hotter than that sidewalk that you're standing on. Or on the grassy knoll, it's much hotter than that. And in a parade, a marching band is often wearing dark clothing or uniforms. They're often, almost always on a parade route, standing in direct sunlight. They're performing for long periods of time without any real opportunities to cool down. This is physically demanding work, especially this week that we're going into with all the parades. So treat it that way. And just a little tidbit on myself. I am acclimated. I'm very well acclimated. I have a physical job that spends a lot of time outside. I don't know many people who are better acclimated than I am. And you know what? I'm almost 50 years old. I turned 50 in a week. But even my body has limits. No matter how hard of a worker I am, no matter how blue collar I claim to be, no matter how much grit and toughness I have, my body has limits. And it caught up to me one time when I was mowing my lawn. I was mowing my lawn like I have done on many occasions throughout my life. And I just kind of saw this wavering on the outside of my peripheral vision. I didn't know what it was. It was hot. Granted, it's mowing the lawn. That sucks, right? I'm in my 40s. I mean, doing work like that's tough. But I had to get done. So I was out there doing it. Anyway, I saw that kind of wavering in the periphery. And the next thing I know, I'm looking at the sky and my neighbor's standing over me. And he asked me if I was okay. I'd passed out and I didn't even realize it. I saw the signs, but I didn't pay attention to them. Everybody has limits. Take care of yourselves. Marching band kids going into parades, physically demanding work. So let's treat it that way. So, I mean, what really happens? What are we talking about here? Most people think that dehydration simply means that you're thirsty. I think we all know that's not that simple. As dehydration progresses, your body will struggle to cool itself. You felt this before. Your heart rate increases and it feels like it's just pounding in your chest. It becomes hard to make decisions. You kind of dwell on things. Reaction time slows, muscle performance drops. Your concentration suffers. Even losing 3 to 4% of body weight through dehydration can reduce muscle strength and physical performance. I mean, this isn't just about feeling miserable. It's about your body's cooling system beginning to fail. Okay? You're not just hot. Your cooling system is starting to fail. And when that happens, heat exhaustion, which happens first, can become heat stroke. A heat stroke is a medical emergency. Emergency. This is not a sit down for 5 minutes situation. This isn't a walk it off. This isn't a go rub dirt in it situation. This is a medical emergency. And directors, I'm talking to you right now. And listen, I know how hard you've worked, especially with these summer parades. You haven't had much time to put anything together. You bring the kids back and hope they held on to something in that first month and a half of the summer break. And you busted your butt to make sure you got this music into their hands, into their heads, into their instruments. You got that parade block locked in. You got everything the way a parade should look. It's your first venture out into the community for the beginning of the school year. Look, I know the parade matters, especially right now. United States of America celebrating 250 years of independence. These parades, this year especially, are a big, big deal. I get that. I know your community expects a great performance. Some of these are on TV. But please, directors, hear me clearly. If a student is showing signs of any kind of heat illness, pull them out immediately. Not after the next song, not after the judges, now. Right now. No parade is worth a student's kidneys. It's not worth a brain injury. It's not worth a life. Your students won't remember finishing one more block of music. They're going to remember that you stepped in and protected them, and so will their parents. That's leadership. It's not about how great your parade went. It wasn't about how every part was filled. It wasn't because your ensemble had ultimate toughness and weathered the storm. It's because you led them and kept them safe. And parents and boosters, those of you that are alongside for this parade that are walking there, bless you. It's hot. I know. You are not acclimated. Let's be honest there. You're probably not acclimated. You haven't been listening to what I've been over here yelling for the last 2 or 3 months. Pushing the heat acclimation guide into the groups over and over and over every week. I mean, you didn't download it. You didn't read it. It doesn't concern you, right? You got it for your kid. But you didn't stop to think that, hey, I'm going to walk this 2.5 mile parade route with my kids when the heat index is 115 degrees. You know what? You're not acclimated. You're not. If you've got this coming up, please do something now. Please start now. Some acclimation is better than no acclimation. But anyway, parents and boosters, your job, if your job during this parade is handing out water, hand out the frickin' water. Hand it out. Don't wait because the TV camera is nearby. Don't worry about interrupting the parade. I mean, do not apologize for caring for students. If my God, if someone rolls their eyes because you stepped in to protect a kid, let them. I'd rather explain why a parade paused for water than explain why a student collapsed and we had to stop the parade because we had to let in an ambulance. Your responsibility isn't preserving the show. It's protecting the people in it. And students, if you're listening, I don't know how many students I have listening to this. Probably not that many. But parents, if you have a student with you in the car and you're listening to this, say, hey, kiddo, listen, because this part's for you. Students, don't hide your symptoms because you don't want to let your section down. Don't stay silent because you're worried someone else will have to cover your part. Don't confuse toughness with wisdom. Real strength is speaking up before your body forces you to. If you're dizzy, nauseated, confused, oh my God, listen, if you stop sweating, if you suddenly feel cold and you have chills and extreme heat, tell someone immediately. There is no shame in protecting your health. And I want to apologize for those constant notifications that are going off in the background. I'm in the middle of a work day. I'm taking my lunch break right now, but the emails are coming hard and fast because it's Monday. We got a holiday coming up. We're going to close early. So, it's busy. But students, protect your health. And I talk about culture all the time. Here's the culture I want every program to build. The student who says, I don't feel right, is thanked, not questioned. The director who pulls someone from the performance is respected, not criticized. And the parent handing out water is appreciated, not treated like they're a distraction. That's what healthy culture looks like. People performance. People before performance. It's a tongue twister, right? People before performance. Every single time. Look, nobody's ever looked back and said, I wish we'd ignored that student's symptoms so we could finish the parade. But many people have spent years wishing they had spoken up 5 minutes sooner. Let's agree together to never become the organization that values finishing a parade more than protecting a child. Take care of your students. Take care of your staff. Take care of each other. Take care of the parents marching in that parade with you, dragging the water. The parade will end. The memories will fade. But the decisions we make in those moments can last a lifetime. So until next time, please stay safe. And remember, people support what they help create. Let's raise the bar together. This has been Mike with Soundstage EDU. Please follow the show, follow us on socials, help this community grow.